Joining us now, a freshman that made a huge impact for BYU baseball last year. Can you believe it? It's baseball time for BYU. Keaton Kringlen, the reigning West Coast Conference Freshman of the Year in Studio B. Keaton, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me.
Holy cow. It's February, and you're playing baseball in a few days. What's going through your mind?
Just the excitement. I'm really excited to get out there with the boys and compete and just have a great time in Georgia and hopefully win some ball games.
Oh, speaking of excitement, congratulations. You got engaged last week. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Here's my question. Now, for those that don't know, you are now engaged to former BYU volleyball star McKenna Santiago.
Yep.
So, first of all, we expect in about 20 years to have some kids enrolled at BYU.
By default.
Yes, great athletes. What was more pressure-filled for you, proposing to McKenna or hitting a 95-mile-an-hour fastball?
Proposing to McKenna.
Take us to the moment, man. What was that like?
Just nerves and excitement. Just walking to the temple where I was going to propose was just my nerves were going. I think she could tell something was going on because I was kind of walking slower and it was just exciting and nerve-wracking, but it worked out better than I had planned. So
holy cow! So did she catch the signals then?
She didn't catch the signals.
Oh.
She said,
okay.
She said after that she had the slightest clue, but everything else was surprising.
Nice. Keaton Kringlen and McKenna Santiago making a push for BYU Sports Nation power couple here.
Yes, you know it.
Very good stuff. Yeah, congratulations from all of us here at BYUSN. Well, now that that's out of the way, baseball next, man. Yep. Okay, so as you go to Georgia, you take on a ranked team to begin, 21st ranked Georgia Tech. In fact, your schedule's loaded this year.
Exactly.
Why or why not do you like the challenge of that schedule this early in the season?
Well, that's what we want. Last year we had a great first half of the season, winning like 18 games in a row or something. And just to have those teams in our conference, Georgia Tech, Kennesaw State, at our first two games of the season, I mean, those are good teams, and that's where we want to be, and that's where we know we are right now. That's where we want to be, and that's where we know what we can do.
Your off season consisted of playing more baseball, so I know that you've been spending a lot of time working on your game, improving. What aspect of your game did you want to improve the most heading into this year?
I think just working on hitting off-speed pitches. Last year I was in the 6-7 spot in the lineup, and I got a lot of fastballs. And this year I'll probably start out batting in the 4 spot, and they're going to throw more breaking balls early in the count. So just recognizing balls and strikes with a curveball and getting a good swing on it.
Look at those numbers. Man, I think that's an appropriately labeled full screen. For those that can't see it on BYUtv, it says King Kringlen hit 369, 5 home runs, and again, the 2016 West Coast Conference Freshman of the Year. So you set the bar pretty high, man. What are you hoping to see in terms of numbers and statistics this year?
Obviously, I would like to improve. Those are pretty high numbers, but I think it's possible to improve. I just need to stay positive in my at-bats. If I get down, then my next at-bat I still have to stay positive and just get a right swing on the ball or just see the right pitches to improve my numbers and it's overall just helping the team to do my job and to do what I can to help the team.
Were you ever not smiling on the field last year?
I just love playing ball. That's my biggest thing. I think I'll love to play ball when I'm 50 with my kids, I just love to play ball. So every time I catch a fly ball or hit a double, I'm going to be smiling.
Do you think that helps in your game? Because, like, Spencer, your positivity is, it's through the roof. You're always smiling. How much can that help you if you maybe go through a game where you're 0 for 3 or 0 for 4?
Baseball is a tough sport. It's the hardest sport in the world to me, because you do have those games where you go 0 for 3, 0 for 4, and you're thinking, do I even come to the ballpark tomorrow? Like, what am I thinking? And you're just thinking to stay positive. My thoughts are stay positive in my next game. If I go 0 for 4, I'm not going to walk up to the fans, to my family, with my head hanging, or you just have to stay positive in those situations, because baseball will get you down more than 5 times in a season. So you just have to stay positive, and that's what helps me, is I just focus on being happy and getting ready to go.
Keaton Kringlen, West Coast Conference Freshman of the Year in 2016, with us in Studio B. Your team was picked to finish 4th in the West Coast Conference preseason poll. How do you assess a preseason poll like that?
That's what we want. We want to be 4th. I mean, we would like to be, we'd like to be picked to be number 1, but we just like to prove people wrong, and that's what we're going to do. It just brings more drive to us to finish out the season strong and, get that number 1 spot in the West Coast Conference.
I don't know. Last year you guys were picked 5th, and what did you end up doing? Oh,
First ever regular season championship.
Yeah, so that worked out quite well.
Exactly.
Who on the team has caught your eye, and you say, you know what, man, that guy could have a pretty big year for us this year?
That's the thing. It's everyone. Our lineup is stacked. We have Daniel Schneeman leading us off, Brennan Anderson, Tanner Chauncey, me, Colton Shaver, Brock Hale, Bronson Larson. I mean, there's not
so pitchers will not get a night off at all then?
No, you strike me out, you got Colton Shaver. You strike him out, you got Brock Hale, and we can all change the game with one swing of a bat. And that's the exciting thing. You get a runner on, you're down 2. Brock Hale hits a bomb, Colton Shaver hits a bomb, and we're right back in it. And that's the exciting thing, is that our bats are going to be live, and our pitchers are going to keep us in ball games.
Is there a young or a new player that maybe didn't play last year that you expect to have a big year?
I'm hoping Kyle Dean rips it up, Just seeing the struggle of injuries, and it's just exciting to get him back on the field, and hopefully me and him are out there snagging fly balls, smiling and hitting doubles.
Keaton Kringlen with us on BYU Sports Nation, previewing the BYU baseball season. They open up in Georgia against Georgia Tech. What would be considered a successful season for this team?
Obviously we want to make a regional, and that's our goal. That's our goal from the start, but we just have to take it one game at a time. And I think if we do that and just have the drive to win ball games, just have the mentality of let's win. Let's go out there and just compete as hard as we can and win. And that could take us a long ways. You never know. We want a regional, but I think we can be a College World Series team if we have that drive to win ball games.
15 years since BYU made an NCAA tournament regional. You're due, man.
We're due.
You're due. It's great to have you with us. Let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma. I can't remember if you have signed our Stretch Y flag or not.
Not yet.
I think you need to do that right now.
You know it.
Okay.
Sign it anywhere you want.
Keaton Kringlen, WCC Freshman of the Year in 2016, ready to go in 2017. He signs the flag, gets the karma. It's game time now.